Hello, it is Direct Mail Monday, December 31st, 2018, the last day of the year, New Year's Eve day, all that kind of good stuff. Hope you had a fantastic 2018. Hope you're going to have an even better 2019. I'll be here all year, God willing, to help you do just that. Speaking of which, it is Direct Mail Monday. And Jeremy Danley is here. Great seeing you, my friend. And so I'm going to share two pieces today to keep it short and sweet because I know most people have already kind of taken off to enjoy the holiday here. We have an interesting situation here in usually sunny Arizona where it has been overcast, cloudy, chilly all day, and now it just started to rain. And I saw the forecast for tonight for New Year's Eve. It's actually going to be warmer, the forecast says, in Times Square in New York City than it is here in the Phoenix, Arizona area. What is up with that? I don't know where you put that on the list of climate change, but that's certainly a change, at least mentally, from where I would think things would be in the winter. You would think it'd be warmer in Phoenix than in New York, but not the case. However, I do hear it's going to be raining in Times Square, New York, so it'll be fun. My beautiful wife, Michelle, and I are about to head out to dinner with some friends at some kind of fancy schmancy restaurant. And then we'll be back to watch the fun and activities and the ball dropping and all that kind of stuff from Times Square. And people will be, I'm sure, covered in like when they go to a sporting event, they cover themselves in plastic wrap and all that kind of stuff. And they're standing out there. I guess the good thing is from standing out there for like 12 hours, they have to be, no one will tell if they peed their pants because it'll be raining. Anyway, so let's get to the to my mail, and I'm only going to share a couple of pieces, even though I don't think I did a Direct Mail Monday last week, so I got a bunch of stuff here to share that I'll do in the new year. But I got two pieces. First one is a valuable lesson from the government. This is actually received from the Maricopa County Recorder of Elections, or whatever, Recorder Elections, whatever that's called, and because we moved. So it's important because you moved. Is this your new address? Let us know. Go to the website, update your address, all that kind of stuff. Great. And then I see on the back, check it out. Good news, bad news. Bad news for the government. The government, everyone knows, is incredibly stupid and wasteful. And here they're admitting it right there in print. They're just broadcasting to you how stupid and wasteful they are. Help cut government costs. Wrong addresses cost Maricopa County over $200,000 each year. Wrong addresses cost Maricopa County over $200,000. It's just one county. Now, Maricopa County is a large county. Includes the city of Phoenix. Last I checked, the fifth largest city in America. Still, $200,000 a year, one county. Are you out of your mind, government? Yes, the answer is yes, of course. But the question of the day is, are you out of your mind, dear business owner watching this video? Are you scrubbing your list? Are you making sure that you run your list before you do mailings, that you scrub it through the national NCOA, the National Change of Address list, so you make sure that you're not wasting money? Now, of course, this is, as they say, this is you, this is me, this is my money they're wasting, so they really don't really care a lot. I mean, if they didn't waste that $200,000 on bad mailings, they'd waste it somewhere else or grease some other politician's palms or give, more outrageous benefits to government workers and politicians that the rest of us normal people, of course, don't get because we don't vote them in for ourselves. They vote them in for themselves. They exempt themselves from Obamacare, so only the rest of us have to suffer with it, and they get all kinds of great pensions and all kinds of, great stuff. So the government really doesn't care about wasting money, but you, I'm sure, do. So take this as a good point. Hopefully you're tracking everything, and it's the end of the year. Oh, thanks for all the likes and the loves and all kinds of stuff going on. Thank you. It's end of the year, and we do end of the year reports. Hopefully you do every week. You get your numbers, and you track everything going on in your business. But hopefully you're not wasting $200,000 just by not by mailing stuff to the wrong address. 5%, 7%, depends where you are and what's going on with the economy and the nation at large, and whether you're rural or city. But some percentage of people move, die every single year, and yet they stay on mailing lists, and they cost a ton of money. So hopefully you are not losing $200,000 by mailing to bad addresses, or else you wouldn't be watching this video, because you'd be working for some big corporate entity, or even worse, the government. And so please, for those two types of people, my videos are not for you. I love small business owners. I love all people. People are people. It's all good. But these are for small business owners. And small business owners, you're certainly, I'm just going to say right now, you're not losing $200,000 a year by mailing to bad addresses. But 200? 200? I mean, you could go out to dinner like I'm about to do with my beautiful wife Michelle tonight on New Year's Eve, and have a nice, I don't eat steak, but she'll have some kind of steak and fancy dinner and all that kind of stuff, even if you're just wasting $200. So don't do that, okay? And the second and final piece I'll share today is not from the government, but it's supposed to make you think it is. It's supposed to make you think this is express mail, priority mail, some kind of government mail. Now, they don't go overboard with these fake express envelopes so that they don't get into trouble with the government, which, of course, again, has unlimited amounts of our money to spend and would waste no time at all chasing down people and getting them on some federal charge of impersonating U.S. mail or all that kind of stuff. But they use the red, white, and blue, and they put an eagle, and on the back they got the American flag, and they got the rapid delivery. So it's not express delivery. It's not priority delivery. It's rapid delivery, and it's urgent letter. And they put all this kind of BS on here to make you think it's some official thing. What does it say here? Important. Correspondence is personal and contains dated, time-sensitive information to be opened by addressee only. Ooh! That's like, that reminds me of the mattress tags. Like, hey, don't tear this off by penalty of law. Penalty of, right. This is only to be opened by addressee, which in this case, it is me. Otherwise, like, oh my goodness, I'd be violating the law right here, live on video, if this was addressed to somebody else and I opened it. Sure. And so, and then they got the sender's account number with some bogus, 18 number or whatever that is thing, and special notes. What does it say here? Notice this is my magnifying glass, because this makes it bigger than if I read it in person. ExpressEnvelopes.com creates and so the special notes is their weasel clause that we're not really the U.S. Postal Service. So even though we're fooling you to think we are, they're going to tell you they made it clear here, as if anyone reads this. We create and prepare first-class standard, flat, and non-profit direct mail messages that are delivered via the U.S. Postal Service. Envelope is not a U.S. Postal Service product. ExpressEnvelopes.com provides urgent letter envelopes to businesses nationwide, and they put it in quotes. So now at least they're telling you this is all fake, bogus nonsense. The service is urgent, and it's signed in some cryptic signature by some nobody, of course. Of course, it's just stamped on there, and this is a stamped-on check mark. So they're doing all kinds of cool things to make it appear that this is some kind of official government something or other, and it's urgent, and it's only to be opened by the addressee, and and so this is a smart thing to use in your business. Often these get past the gatekeeper if you're doing B2B, business-to-business mailings. This is one way to possibly get by a gatekeeper. The gatekeeper would have to be sort of living under a rock, but, any little percentage, it all helps. I mean, all we need is a 1% response to direct mail piece, and we're millionaires. We're extremely successful with it. So what if this is just get a few more gatekeepers to not really look that closely at it, certainly not read, hey, this is fake, and go, that's rapid and urgent. I better pass it right through without opening it, because, this could only be opened by the addressee, and I'm the gatekeeper. And so this is my boss over here, and I got to get this to him. So any little bit helps. Second of all, it helps with the mindset of like, this is urgent, important. Some people think it is, So here's the deal, especially if you're going to consumers. Consumers don't send a lot of express mail, direct mail. They don't send a lot of mail at all, other than email. But smart business owners send direct mail, and we'll use FedEx, and we'll use overnight, and we'll use UPS and express mail. So we really know right away, this ain't it. But to the unassuming consumer, just might think, hey, this is it. Especially if you were mailing, in Hillary's opinion, that half the country or quarter or whatever the country is deplorable and stupid, they would fall for this stuff. So every little bit helps. And then I'll just open it here just to see. Hopefully the rest of the mailing carries through. Now, usually these have a little perforated thing, but expressenvelopes.com, I guess, doesn't do that. And so hopefully this follows through, and the rest of this is also some smart direct response stuff, which I assume it is because I have an idea who it comes from because of the return address. Where did I see the return address? Oh, here it is. Return address is on the mailing label. So it's from Kennedy Lillo Associates. That's Dan Kennedy and Pete Lillo, his best friend and his personal printer. And so it's, and I was one of Dan's, I think he had 5 of us coaches in the Elite Gold Crown program for a few years. We were always, the word always was that Dan is going to be leaving GKIC, every year he's going to be leaving, And then Adam Whitty, great guy, a friend of mine, great guy, really smart business person, took over and bought GKIC, I don't know, a few months ago, a year ago, I don't know. And so now Dan is not, we all know now Dan is happy. Once again, he's partnered with a sharp entrepreneur instead of idiotic corporate types that had owned it in the 5 or so years since the co-founder, Bill Glazer of GKIC, that's the G in Glazer, had sold the company to corporate types who screwed it all up. And so that's when I joined the Elite Gold Crown program, and we were ready to promote Dan when Dan would leave GKIC, which he's never going to do. So I'm out of that program. However, here is a mailing from Pete to me, and I guess wanting me to now sign up for it as a member with an interesting multicolor, I don't know if you can see the colors here, but it's like yellow, purple, green, blue, no rhyme or reason. Now, the reason for that is it gets attention and it stops the eye. It's difficult to read, and therefore you spend more time engaging with it. It's an engagement device to have different strange spacing, colors, fonts. You see all different fonts and colors and underline and italics and all kinds of different things going on so that it's not easy to read. I can't just breeze through it. Okay, if you're printing a novel, you print it all in the same font, double spaced, nice margins, easy to read in a 12-point font or whatever. If you want people to read your order form, you might want to print it in a mishmash. So it's difficult to read, so I got to kind of stay on it for a while. Here's some samples of Pete's mailings for me to, I guess, decide that this is so awesome, I got to sign up for it as a member. This is kind of cool. I've got a little poster here. Something about veterans with the seals of, I'm guessing that's the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and all about the veterans. And that's kind of cool. I like that. So that will go up somewhere. Thank you, Pete. And there you go. So that's Dan Kennedy, who might maybe have something to do with it, maybe told Pete, or Pete would just know after the years, hey, send that out in one of those fake express envelopes, has a better chance of getting open. So there you go. That'll do it for Direct Mail Monday for the last day of 2018. That'll do it for the year. As the year comes to a close, we look back, hopefully blew through your goals way early in the year and you had a fantastic 2018. Might not have been. The life of an entrepreneur is a roller coaster ride of ups and downs. This might have been a down year, might have been a great year. I prefer working with clients who are on an upswing. I will still help people if you go to helpfromsteve.com. If you're in a crisis, no chance of me taking you on a client if you're in survival crisis mode, but I will help you on a free consultation. You go to helpfromsteve.com. For people that are aggressive and in a growth mode, in an upswing, well, those are the clients I love to work with. And so at this point in my career, I only have to work with clients that I want to work with and love to work with. In years past, I I work with anybody at all, and that's how I know I do not want to work with people of the mindset, I'm just looking to get by and I just want to survive, and Steve, please help me, I'm in a mess of trouble. Like, yeah, I can do all that and I will. Again, go to helpfromsteve.com, but really go to helpfromsteve.com if you want help to get on track to skyrocket your business in 2019 and make it an unbelievable, spectacular, fantastic year. You can also ask me about my private mastermind event. For the first time ever, I'm inviting non-clients to attend my client mastermind event that's coming up in 3 weeks in sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida, which you better believe I'm looking at the weather forecast while I see it's rainy and chilly, and low was like 30 degrees yesterday here in Phoenix, but the low seems to be in the 60s in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where my clients and I and some very special guests will be in a few weeks. And you are welcome to inquire about possibly joining us. You would go to stevecypress.com/Jan-2019. JAN-2019 for the January 2019 Mastermind event. And you can see the details there and maybe fill out an application. We'll get on the phone and maybe you get to join us, and some superstars that I have that'll be there too. And I see a whole bunch of other people here, and I will just say hello to everyone. Wish everyone a spectacularly happy, healthy, fantastic New Year's Eve. Be safe, be happy, and let's hit the ground running in 2019. I'll be back tomorrow on Topical Tuesday to share my thoughts on a topic that is on people's mind tomorrow. I wonder what it'll be on New Year's Day.